Hello everyone and welcome back to DaVinci Guitar. I'm Abigail, this is Jim. We're super excited to be back with all of you. Today we're going to be wrapping up and reviewing what we've learned over the past few weeks. So we've talked about the major inversions, we've talked about minor chords and their inversions, we talked about dominant chords and their inversions. Today we want to recap all of that and review for all of you. And just review the various forms that we learned, because it's certainly a lot. I remember when I learned this that it took a lot of practice to get it down. So don't be discouraged if you're having to practice, if it's taking some time. That is completely normal. And you're still going to be that great guitarist that you want to be. Just give yourself some time. We promise it'll be worth it. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're working again in the key of A, right? Root note A. So let's go ahead and go to our first root form that we have that leads to third inversion. So let's start with a major chord. We know a major chord is just a root, a third, and a fifth. So in the key of A, it's an A, a C sharp, and an E, right? And we have this form. Then we talked about how we make that minor. To make it minor, as Jim and I are going to demonstrate, it was this form. And this was flatting the third, right? A minor chord means a root, a flat third, and a fifth out of the major scale. And there you go. Next, we also talked about the dominant chord, and the dominant chord meant a root, a third, a fifth, and a fourth note, that fourth note being the seventh note out of the scale, or a flat seventh. So it's a root, a third, a fifth, and a flat seventh. In the key of A, we'd be looking at an A, a C sharp, an E, and a G. And that's what you get there. Perfect. Now, let's go ahead and jump on up to that second root form that we had, again, working off of the key of A. So we're starting on root note A. We know this was our major, right? Root, third, fifth. Perfect. How about making that minor? Flat the third. There's your form there. What about dominant? Flat the seventh, right? That's all that has to happen. And there's your form there. Perfect. Again, well, let's head on up to our first inversion, right? First inversion means you take that third note out of the scale and you make that your new root. That's going to be a C sharp. And let's use this form for major. Perfect. Now, how about minor? Well, minor just means that you flat the third. We are on the third note of the scale, but we're on the natural third, as we like to call it in music, meaning that we're on that C sharp note, what's in key. To make it a flat third, simply take that finger down, move it. You got a minor chord. Perfect. Minor chord in first inversion, mind you. How about we make that dominant? This is a little bit of a harder form to get to, but you can do it. Flat the seventh. There you go. Perfect. Now let's jump on up to that E note, because again, we're going to second inversion. Second inversion, I'm sure you all can repeat it with me right now, means we're going to the fifth note of the scale, right here. And we're going to use this form for major. How about making that minor? Well, we know we extend that first finger. Jim and I are going to show that's flat the third. And to make it dominant, kind of scrunch your handle in here and get that flat seventh. There you go. So that was a comprehensive review of the various inversion forms, the two roots and the two inversions, first and second inversion, of major, minor, and dominant chords. I hope this was helpful. And now I'm going to turn it over to Jim, who's going to give you all a bit of an exercise that you all can use to implement this in your own playing. Jim?
Thanks, Abigail. Well, we're going to do the major, the minor, and the dominant. Now, we're going to do something that we've been doing in the past, and we call these the wrap-ups. So we're going to have a little wrap-up lesson after every time we talk about these chords. But you're going to notice that I'm going to be playing every chord on this A note, which is pretty incredible that you can play so many different chords just in one position. So we're going to do this. Now, I know this looks like it's in first position, and it is, but we're still on that A note. So we're going to play the A major. We're going to play the A minor, and we're going to play the A dominant. And we're going to go to the next A, and which is the same root, and we're going to go do the next set of chords. Major, minor, and dominant. Now we're going to do the first inversion. So we're going to go major. Notice I'm still on the A now. Major, minor, and dominant, which is a little bit tricky. So you want to make that transition. You want to be able to get to that chord. And the next chord is second inversion. Notice I'm still on the A. Minor and dominant. So there was a lot of chords there that were always starting on the A. Thanks for the wrap up. Ab?
Perfect. Well, we hope this was a helpful lesson for you all. We hope that you learned something in this various series that we've had concerning the major, the minor, the dominant, and then also this wrap up on all of the inversion forms. Next time, I'll let you in on a little secret here, we're going to be discussing tension and extension chords, embellishment chords. You ever heard of a major 7 chord? Well, we'll be teaching you how to play a major 7 chord along with some other chord forms in all the various inversion forms. We hope you'll come back because it's a lesson, frankly, any guitarist wouldn't want to miss. So we're excited to see you all there. And thank you for watching DaVinci Guitar.